Hey everyone, happy 2021. I have an announcement to make before I get into your chart, and that is what we're going to be doing different on this channel. I want to thank you all for all your wonderful comments, really warms my heart, but I would like to get online, upload to you on a weekly basis what we're going to do every Sunday. I'm going to be sharing with you a 36 card read, okay? I know a lot of you watch the tarot readings online. Super informative, and especially when we have 36 cards, which is something I've developed myself as an astrologer. I call it the Astro-Tarot spread. So you will have 12 different areas of your life covered every single Sunday. So hit that subscribe button, get the notification button bell too, so you'll see when they're uploaded. But that is my way of connecting with you a little bit more often instead of uploading these 12 videos once a month, okay? We get to be connected every single week, all right? So let's get into your reading now. Hello Libra, happy holidays. Here we are, end of 2020, and happy new year. We are looking at January's forecast and what you can come to expect now this month after having survived 2020, right? And there's a few things. One of the major things that I see right off the bat is how your relationship has been tried with Mars being there for so many months. And that could have been brought changes to you personally into the relationship, or it could be your partner that has been undergoing a lot of changes and maybe stress and so forth. So it's been a little bit, I won't say difficult, but trying. This is going to alleviate here by January 7th through March 5th when Mars leaves your 7th house of relationships. Now the whole focus will be more so on your 8th house for joint values, the money that you have together, your savings and so forth, investments and whatnot. It could be you also looking at how to grow your money, not just earn your money, because your income is more the 2nd house. This is the 8th house. So how can you grow your money potentially? Maybe by investing, stocks, bonds, those things, maybe royalties and commissions. Maybe you're changing up those things that has to do with work, right? So I feel too, when Mars goes into this area, it's also the area, the house of intimacy. So when Mars is there, you can also come to experience that intimacy will pick up in such a good way between you and your partner. The challenges are more so over that 2020 had for you. So maybe there's a new chapter that can open up and allow this to revive itself. Mars will be moving into a conjunction with Uranus. Now, that can be very exciting because you never know with Uranus. It's like a box of chocolate, right? You never know what you get. It could be really good. It could also be shocking. It could be, oh my God, now what, right? Think about feisty Mars, okay? And then Uranus. It's in your 8th house, so yes, there could be some news coming in unexpectedly as far as your monies, your savings, and so forth. And as an astrologer, we call this aspect for earthquake energy because the two of them together, they're so powerful that they have the power to shift the tectonic plates. Earthquake, boom, right like that, right? So because it could come from out of nowhere. So just pay attention to what's going on in your savings and so forth. So that won't be the area that will be affected. But then on a higher note, it can also bring some good surprises, happy surprises, depending on what is in, of course, your own personal chart, which of course I can't see from here. But that whole week, 17th to the 23rd, is a little shaky, little bit of a bumpy road. Could be good. Sometimes it may not be good for some people. And if we look at it at a larger scale, more like nationally or internationally, yes, there could be divisions of people's quest, right? It's a political month too, so it could be from there it's coming, but it's touching your 8th house, all right? Also, what I'm seeing is that you have been working pretty much with communication has been big, but that shift is now moving from your third into your fourth house. So, where communication has been very important for you, short distance travel and so forth in December, here in January, it will be focusing more so on your home and your family. This is from January 10th through February 2nd. So there could be projects at home that you're wanting to do, beautify, put new paint on the walls or get a new piece of furniture, whatever it is. It's about love, it's about beauty, it's in the home, it's with the family and so forth. So that is where the love is going to be going. And while we're talking about uh, Venus, it's going to have a very powerful aspect there to Pluto end of the month, which is January 29th. We have a conjunction. That's where they're traveling together. And that brings a lot of intimacy, it brings a lot of passion. You know, Venus is all about love and romance, and Pluto, that passion. So, yes, but it could also be money in the family or being discussed or achieving or receiving from a family member or you giving too. So, that is a wonderful, powerful aspect. That could be when you're buying something, and if you are buying something, it's not a little thing, it's probably a big thing, right? Some of you might even be purchasing a new home or signing a contract. And if that is the case for you, Libra, make sure that you're signing your refinance or your new mortgage before the end of the month. I'd say get it done before mid-January, because at the very latest days of January, Mercury is going to go retrograde. We'll already start feeling that pre-phase from mid-January. But more about that in February's forecast. We're going to talk more about it because it's going to be 3.5 weeks into February where we're going to have the effects. Since it is in the home area, this could mean mortgage, refinance, new home, money related matters. You have had that Jupiter and Saturn and Pluto. We've talked about that. You've had that in your fourth house. So you might have felt very constricted at home. A lot of people have, of course, due to COVID and social distancing. But for you, I think it's a little bit more difficult, right? So that's going to give up. You're going to feel somewhat freer once January hits. And some of that is also because of Saturn has already moved in. So January 1st, Saturn has moved in 1 degree into Aquarius. Jupiter is 2 degrees in there. So this is more so now going to be shifting your focus on your children or your child. If you don't have children, then it could be some younger people in the family that you care for. And Jupiter is all about expansion. And Saturn wanting to not necessarily constrain, but secure. Think about Saturn with the rings. It wants to secure what Saturn is trying to expand. So expansion cautiously is what that means, right? And so there might be news about something coming from your children, that they're expanding, wanting to go, and you might be supporting as the parents coming in as Saturn, making sure that what they're doing is good. So we have that. But the fifth house is also about you and your self-expression, your creativity, the things that you would like to bring up and out to the world. You're going to feel like you're wanting to play, and especially after you've been constricted at home, you're really going to feel it here as New Year's hit, that you want to have your wings and go do something fun, start bowling or whatever it is that can get you out and about a little bit more. Some of you might also find that opening your side business, fifth house is also for that creative expansion, right? So if you are, this is a great time, Libra, to do so, because whatever you're playing or placing down in this foundation here will carry you for the next 12 years until Jupiter comes back to this area. This is why the first 4 months of the year, while Jupiter's moving relatively, really quickly through this area, this house, this sign, is to milk it for what you can. Milk it and hold it. Saturn will make sure that you center it and ground it pretty good so that this can expand for this new 12-year cycle where Jupiter is opening up now in your 5th house. That's one of the most important things I feel in your chart right now, but we're going to talk more about that in the oncoming months, February, March, and April, where it's going to be doing its magic. So this is pretty much what I have for you. We are going to talk about that new moon, January 12th, 23 degrees in Capricorn, which is in your 4th house. So that's going to be very intense for you, family members. It's the time of placing our intentions. We want to do that. And I did mention, I believe, that Venus will be moving into the same degree on the 29th. 2 weeks later, it's going to touch that very same degree that the moon did with Pluto. And that's going to give you that first taste, that first sense of what you are achieving now after that manifestation. So just lay low. 17th, 23rd, that is going to be that rocky week where we got stuff going on, right? So that should be good. But listening to your moon and rising sign will give you a whole lot more insight as to where these planets that we just talked about in your solar chart, where they will show up in these 2 other charts. Tons of more information for you. And go check your partner's chart as well. And I'll see you in February. Have a great one now, Libra.